Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe Mare Pitchkari
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 रंग में बीजोदाई चुनारी मोरी सारी खुवारा श्यामा मोरे मानाता बाए 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 समझया Kari karun kachu manahi aaye Chalo yan karata ai suni pata anari Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe Mare Pitchkari
Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe Mare Pitchkari
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Bolo
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Together
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe Mare Pitchkari
Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe mari Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe mare Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe mari Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Nisa Gama Pada Pama Garesa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Gama Pani Da Pada Pama Garesa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Gama Tani Sa, Gama Tani.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
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 Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe. Bolo.
Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Ram Ram
together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Radhe.
Krishna Radhe.
Radhe Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Vashana Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Varshana Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Shri Radhe.
Jai 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 Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jai Shri
Bolo.
Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Radha.
Jai Shri Radha.
Radha Krishna.
Radha Krishna.
Krishna Radha.
Krishna Radha.
Radhe Radhe.
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 Sham Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. All together. Sham.
Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham.
All together.
Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham.
Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham ki
Jai.
Hari Bol.
Guten Morgen, good morning, buenos dias, good afternoon. So nice to see you. Thank you for joining us on Zoom. Once again, if you'd like to become our patron, we'll love to send you the link to Zoom so you can join us and ask any questions about the pastimes and the ragas that we're covering today. And also, if you'd like to join us, please email us at krishnakirtanmusic@gmail.com with your first name and last name and the reason why you would like to join. And this is how we verify you are a real person.
So today is a beautiful rag. It's Bhairavi. It's actually a little bit Mishra Bhairavi because there are some notes in there that are not quintessentially or exactly Bhairavi, but for the most part, Mishra Bhairavi is what a lot of people relate to when they sing a Bhairavi piece. So Bhairavi is both a rag and a tat. So it's both a scale and a rag. So there are about 10 scales or tats, and each of the scales have their signature rag with them. So for example, Kafi has both Kafi and Bageshri. So Bhairavi is both the scale Bhairavi and also the rag Bhairavi. And it's a really beautiful rag, and it's based on the Western Phrygian scale, so the church mode scales, which is interesting because the rasas that are evoked within Bhairavi are karuna or compassion and also bhakti. So if we think of what's the mood we might want to have, say, in church, we would want to have bhakti and we would want to have compassion. So perhaps hitting these kind of notes help evoke these feelings. So a natural scale would sound, in the West we would say do re mi, but in Hindustani we say sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. So a natural scale would be but in Bhairavi, it's characterized by all the non-movable notes are komal or flat. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. And we try to do a little oscillation on re and da. So an andalan. I'm not so good at them, but we try. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa.
Let's do it one more time.
Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. So if you think about in a scale what notes can move, you know, the first and the fifth are immovable. They're kind of like the anchor notes. But second and third and fourth, so second and third, so re and ga are expressed in flat or komal. Ma is natural. In some rags it can be tivra or sharp, but in this one it's natural. Pa is immovable. Da and ni are komal or flat. And that's what gives it its sort of softness. It gives Bhairavi its softness. And a few more things about this rag. It is the jati or the classification is Sampurna. And this is just a way of describing how many notes are expressed on the arohi going up and how many are expressed on the avrohi.
And if you know from
coming
previous
down.
classes, 7 up and 7 down.
That's Sampurna.
Yes.
And the appearance or disappearance of notes within the ascending and descending melodic phrases, it helps to give a rag its personality. So, for example, if I was to have a rag that is Shadav Sampurna. So I only have 6 notes going up, but I have 7 coming down. That's going to have a different personality to a rag that has 7 going up and 7 going down. So it's kind of like real estate. It's not what they're saying, it's what they're not saying. If they don't say there's a big yard, there's no yard. So sometimes with the rag, when you don't have a note, what it's not saying speaks volumes, right? There are some beautiful rags like Brindabani Sarang. Oh, we have to do that one again soon. It's so beautiful. It skips notes, so it has a very unique personality. So, but Bhairavi has 7 all going up and 7 coming down. So it's Sampurna, Sampurna, 7 and 7. Then we have the Vishranti Stan, which are considered the stoppable notes, like where you can hang out, where you can take a breath, where in the tans or in the alaps, you can sit for a while, right? So in Bhairavi, that would be sa, ma, pa, and then haisa. And then again coming down, pa, ma, and regular
And
sa.
remember, Bhairavi is the female version of Bhairav.
So yes, there
Very
is
important.
a yin to every yang. So Bhairav, or another name for Lord Shiva, or Adi Rag, the very first rag created, the consort rag, if you like, is Bhairavi. So Bhairavi, she is the goddess. She is Parvati. She is Adi Shakti. She is Shakti Ma. She's Kali. And her abode is Mount Kailash. Her vehicle is a lotus. She has her own seed mantra, her own beach mantra that escapes me right now. And she's sweet like a springtime breeze. And she's serious with a hint of melancholy, but she's also compassionate in her rag form. And so the best time for Bhairavi is early morning. So the praha system, or the system of dividing up the day, it was based on observable daylight and nighttime. So we very crudely break it into 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. And then we have within that 12 hours, we break it up into 4 prahars. So we've got, we've got a early morning, 6 to 9 a.m. Then we've got a 9 to 12. And then we've got an early afternoon, 12 to 3. And then we've got 3 to 6. And then the nighttime starts. That's fine and well if you're living on the equator. But if you're looking at observable sunlight and observable nighttime, those prahars might be longer than 3 hours each, or shorter than 3 hours each. And
so it suits a mood.
It suits a mood. Now, that being said, Bhairavi is also used as the concluding piece in concerts. So even though its time is early morning, it's also used as a concluding piece in a lot of classical concerts. So what is the first prahar of the day? So there's 2 schools of thoughts here. One school of thought is, early morning, 6 to 9. But another school of thought says that it starts during the Brahma Muhurta hour, which is technically an hour and 36 minutes before daylight.
Yes.
So this is the creator's hour. This is Brahma's time. So it's a very potent time for spiritual practice, for Hatha yoga, for study. In fact, there's this author called Neil Donald Walsh, and he has this series of books called Conversations with God. And his method, I attended a workshop with him once, and everyone's question was, how do you get God to talk to you? And he said, well, it starts with creating a time of the day where you sit down and you wait for God to talk to you. And he recommended early morning before sunrise. He recommended, without knowing it, he recommended the Brahma Muhurta hour.
And he also added that regardless, sometimes the inspiration wouldn't come, but like always to be there at that specific time because then it comes and you just need to be ready.
Yeah, you turn up
Yes.
and then God can turn up.
Yes.
When God's convinced that you're going to be there.
Yes.
And it's not so much God turns up, because I think God is everywhere, but perhaps what it is tapping into the stillness to be able to hear. Maybe God is always talking, but we're not listening, or I'm certainly not listening. So back to Bhairavi. So we've covered the rasas, the arrow, the avro. We've talked about the notes that you can hang out at and take a breath. We have the Vadi and the Samvadi. So the Vadi is like the most important note of the rag, and it happens to be Ma in this one. So obviously it's a note that we can hang out at, you know?
And when she means hang out, is like where we can rest for a little bit longer.
Yeah, so with an alap, you would sing some notes and then you would stop. So
Let's hear it.
Sa ni da ni sa sa re ga ma ga ma da pa na ma pa ma ga re sa. So there are certain notes that you can rest on
Longer.
and keep within the mood of Bhairavi.
Yes.
So with this song that we sang,
Time for the pastime.
yes, so with the song that we sang, we voiced Hare a little bit. So Gaga Re Ni sa re ga ma ga re ga ma como re re sa. So we did have some Shuddha or natural re in there, and
So the two type of res, the
Yeah.
major and the minor
and
re.
so we had so in a way it's Mishra Bhairavi. So it's not pure, right? It's mixed. So the pastime is a very sweet
Time for the
pastime.
pastime.
So this is a pastime celebrating Holi, or it's one of the origin stories of Holi. So Holi's got a couple of origin stories, and one of the origin stories is that Krishna and his cowherd friends, and this is why he's called Giridhari here, because we're talking about the young Krishna, the 7-year-old Krishna, the 8-year-old Krishna, not Krishna in Dwarka with all, adult responsibilities. We're talking about young Krishna who doesn't have a care in the world. So he and his Gopa friends go to Varshana and decide, well, they're actually in Mother Yashoda's kitchen, and they're looking at all the, looking at the yellow ginger, and they're looking at the orange turmeric, and they're looking at Yashoda's kumkum, and they're thinking all these colors are really beautiful. Wouldn't it be nice to throw them all over Radha and the gopis? And so they go off to Varshana, and they throw colored powder and colored water with little water guns on the gopis. And to this day, Holi is really celebrated in Braj, actually for much longer than in other parts of India. And they have some very unique local customs. But they have Latma Holi as well, where they reenact the gopas coming into the village, and then the gopis, and sometimes men are dressed up as gopis as well. They beat the intruders with these bamboo sticks. And so it looks like a lot of fun. The pictures look like a lot of fun. I've never attended Latma Holi in Varshana. I think I'm too scared to attend it. I'm actually terrified of Holi, because I think when they see when people see a Westerner, they go, "Get her."
So I also, you reminded me, this also is Krishna asking his mother, why is Radharani a different color?
Yes, that
And
was part of the pastime too. She said, "Why?
go on.
Why am I sham and Radharani so golden? Why the difference in color?" And Mother Yashoda was sort of busy, and she said, "Oh, don't bother me now, Krishna. You know, if you want to change the color of your skin, you just go put some powder on,
or throw and he
if you want to change Radha's skin color, just throw some powder at her." And so
and when we are singing Chalo, Hatho, Giridhari, this is Radha telling Krishna, go away, stop bothering me, stop throwing the colors at me.
go away, mischievous Krishna. Stop throwing your colored water on me.
So this is just like the interaction between Radha and Krishna, and that's why we're singing Chalo, Hatho, Giridhari, Kahe Mari Pitchkari.
Exactly. It's very playful.
Yes.
So that's
And then we
the
say
pastime.
Jai Shri Krishna Bolo.
Oh, we did, yes. So Jai Shri Krishna Bolo Jai Radhe. So this one tends to be really in Bhairavi. It's not playing any other notes. It's playing it in the right order. So it's really beautiful. This one's Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. And so Radhe.
Let's go over the words.
Radhe is the vocative form of Radha. So we're calling out to Radha, saying Radhe.
And Jai is the celebration, is the victory.
Is the victory, Jai Shri Krishna Bolo Jai Radhe. So we're saying, please sing or speak, cry out to Krishna, and also sing and speak and celebrate and cry out to Radha. So
Yes.
it's celebrating the divine lovers.
So Bolo means to speak. So
to sing or to
So
speak.
Bolo is sing it, say it. So it's another invitation
Yes.
to sing. So let's
and
do
then
it.
we ended with Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. And
We
this is
did.
just
Thank you.
celebrating the divine couple.
And then again, focusing on the color, right, of Krishna, which is the dark color of the rain cloud. So that's Cham. That's the color, and that's what we sang.
Beautiful hue, like a dark blackish bluish hue. And do we talk about today and what special day it is today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Please, go ahead.
So kind of briefly, it's not today, but it's this week. We have Guru Purnima. So it's this week is the big celebration where all over the world, people from many different lineages celebrate Guru Purnima, so celebrating the teacher. So in my tradition, it's more celebrating the spiritual teacher, the gurus. But also what I'm told in India, it also celebrates academic teachers as well. And I know in classical Indian dance, we also celebrate our dance gurus and also our music gurus.
And Hridayananda.
So I have my guru here. And also we have Jagannath because we had the return Rath when Jagannath actually goes back to the
Yes.
temple. So we have my Diksha guru here, Hridayananda Das Goswami. And also celebrating my Param Guru, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, and
Prabhupada.
not just celebrating the Guru, but what is the best way to actually, you know, when you're growing up and you're like, oh, mommy, I love you. Happy birthday. What do you want for your birthday? And your mom goes, I just want you to be good. Or I just want you to clean your room. So the best way to show thanks or gratitude to a teacher is to follow the instruction. And so in this age, it is passionately advocated to do kirtan. So kirtan, harinam, harinam, harinam eva kevalam, kalu nasteva, nasteva gatiranyata. So there are so many ways to meditate, so many spiritual paths, but one way that is considered accessible, easy, pleasant, fun, easy to do in this day and age is singing and chanting together. So sometimes with the lockdowns, you know, we have to do our private kirtans, but when we can, it's very potent to come together and do kirtan, and we can block out all the honking horns and the barking dogs. So the best way to honor, in my tradition, the best way to maybe honor my teachers is to engage in Kirtan, because that is following the instruction of the Guru.
Guru Purnima.
Guru
That's the
Purnima.
celebration of this week.
Also
There's
known
always
as
a celebration.
Vyasa Puja. I know there's never a week when there's not a celebration. With that in mind, there is also a special festival this week happening from the 22nd to the 24th. And what's really sweet about this, so this is... it is all these different mutts within
Yes.
Gaudiya Vaishnavism coming together. So it's not just my lineage, it's my cousins and my extended cousins,
One
spiritual
Chaitanya family.
So, yeah, it's the one Chaitanya family.
So
So
sweet.
different Gaudiya Saraswat mutts are coming together and celebrating a Maha Guru Purnima. So that's really sweet. That's happening this weekend.
Yes, and I posted it
And it's
on
like
the
non-stop.
I posted it on the Krishna Kirtan group on Facebook, and
Krishna
that's
Kirtan music.
Krishna Kirtan Music, thank you, group on Facebook, and that's a link to the Zoom link with a password as well, so you can join. And we're gonna be singing on Friday. There's the time slot is right there.
Yeah, we'll write it on there.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is there.
But there'll be a lot of ecstatic swamis and
Yes.
just people giving appreciation for their spiritual master or their Param Guru. These great, I think they're celebrating 14 acharyas within the
Within
Gaudiya Sampradaya. So it'll be really, really sweet. And what I like especially about it is that it is different lineages coming together. I mean, it's the same lineage ultimately, but you know, like a family tree, it breaks down and then sometimes one person doesn't agree with another, and this is, be quiet, let's chant, you know?
Let's sing.
Okay, with that in mind, be quiet, let's chant.
No,
So let's
you
try
said
to
let's sing.
remember with Chalo Hatho, we're trying to concentrate on karuna or compassion. We're trying to meditate on bhakti and devotion.
Yes.
I won't sing the Bundish, but if you like the Bundish, actually, you can look it up. It is actually for those who are on Patreon, we can, or patrons of ours, we will give you the notation of the song so that you can sing it as well. Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Hare Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Nisa Gama Pada Pama Gare Sa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Gama Pani Da Pa Pada Pama Gare Sa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Gama Tani Sa, Gama Tani Sa, Gama Tani.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, Jai Radhe bolo.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, ye Radhe.
Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo, Jai Radhe bolo.
Ye Radhe, ye Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo, ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo, ye Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Rama.
Jai Jai Shri Rama.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Radhe.
Krishna Radhe.
Radhe Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jaya Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Varshana Jai
Bolo.
Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Varshana Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Radhe.
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 Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jaya Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jaya Shri Radhe.
Jai 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 Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Krishna Radhe.
Krishna Radhe.
Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Sham
Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham.
One more time.
Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham.
Radhe Sham Radhe Sham.
All glories to everybody.
Even though Radha's mad at Krishna, it's all
They're just playing.
They're just playing.
Chalo, Hatho, Giridhari, Kahe, Pitchkari.
I know some of the games I played at 7 years of age and 8 years of age were pretty hardcore.
So sweet.
So
Good
sweet.
playing.
So we love to honor our teachers. So think about those teachers in your life that have really, been amazing. And so with that in mind, I want to thank Sanjukta Dasgupta, my Hindustani teacher, Nandita Bahara, my Odissi teacher, Radha Karman, my Mohiniyattam teacher, Hridayananda Das Goswami, my Diksha Guru, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, my Param Guru, and all the wonderful Shiksha Gurus, all the helping hands along the way. They are innumerable. And
Todos los maestros.
and they say that the role of Guru is the most important, the most necessary thing in life is to have these teachers.
Guidance.
So, this guidance in every form of our life.
Yes.
So many things can be said about the Guru, but just touched on
Super
it.
danke.
Super danke. So thank you.
Yes. So once again, we welcome your support for these recordings at paypal.me/Krishna Kirtan Music. It is on the screen, as well as on patreon.com/Krishna Kirtan Music, and at Venmo at Krishna Kirtan Music. If that's too complicated, just go to krishnakirtanmusic.com and you have the options right there. And also, all of this support also help us to keep building our 108 Maha Mantra recordings. So this is
super big thanks to our patrons.
We're on our quest to record all of these, and you can have them to listen for free on youtube.com/C/Krishna Kirtan Music, and look for the Maha Mantra only playlist. And there's also the playlist from these classes, and also the playlist for all of the other mantras that we love to sing.
Yes.
They are so sweet.
We'll cook up something special for next week.
Yes. So once again, thank you for joining us. And if you'd like to join us and become our patron and be on Zoom and ask any questions from the ragas and the pastimes, please email us at Krishna Kirtan Music with your first name and your last name, and we would love to sing with you and hear from you.
Because some of the comments disappear on YouTube and stuff, like they're part of the live chat, and then you can't get to them later. So it's I don't know if it's an algorithm or something, but
yes. So we do still try to follow up with all the comments, but yes, please join us on Zoom. And we're going to sign up from Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for singing along and for your lovely comments. And please set up a Kirtan alarm for 7 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Wherever in the world you are at right now. For Wednesday. And also at 7 p.m. for Wednesday, Los Angeles time.
Yeah, we get on a plane and fly to Los Angeles.
Yes. So, no, that's not true. But we make sure we do it twice a week. Okay. So, thank you very much. We're signing off from Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for both of the communities for joining us. Haribol.
Haribol.
Radhe Radhe.